Thanks for listening to the Grow Your Life podcast. My name is Jeremiah Krakowski, and on this podcast, I talk about ways for you to grow in your life and in your business to get more results. Man, today I want to talk about entitlement and killing entitlement. The fact of the matter is this: the biggest thing that's going to keep you from reaching your goals, going after your dreams, is entitlement. It kills ownership because we believe that we are entitled to certain things because either we've done something or haven't done something, or we believe that we're not entitled to certain things because of that. And so I want to break down some of the myths of entitlement, where this comes from, where the root cause is, and help us get to the next level. Here's the deal, my friends, is growing up, when we had maybe parents that rushed in and took care of everything for us, we felt entitled for other people to show up and shore up our weaknesses for us. And so we believe going through our lives that somebody someday is going to show up for us and that we're entitled to waiting until people show up to carry us to the next level. The fact of the matter is that nobody is going to arrive to carry you to the next place. Now listen, I am all about letting people take care of you, letting people help you with things, getting the help that we need, caring for other people. But when we sit around with entitlement, waiting for people to show up and arrive in our life and not stepping into our destiny until other people step up in their lives, it's a pipe dream. You're never going to get the forward progress that you're looking for, waiting for other people to change for you to reach your goals, waiting for other people to give you something for you to reach your goals. You have to be the one to take ownership of your personal development, take personal responsibility for the choices that you make in your life. The biggest killer of responsibility taking is entitlement. The biggest killer of going after and taking action and doing the things that are going to get you to the next level is feeling like you're entitled to something and waiting for that entitlement to arrive in your life. My friends, you have to break the entitlement bug. It's so prevalent in our culture today. And it's connected to narcissism. It's connected to feeling like people owe me something. People owe me taking care of me. People owe me helping me get to that place. And I'm going to wait until people show up for me to validate that I'm good enough. You have to break it. You have to break this cycle. Nobody is going to arrive in your life to take you to the next level. Things aren't going the way you want, change it. Your interactions, your relationships, your friendships, whatever aren't working out, change something. You have the ability to say no, to set boundaries, to get out of certain situations, and to get into other ones. You're not stuck anywhere. This belief that we're stuck with what we got is what's keeping us there. And then we believe that somebody is going to arrive to move us to another place. No, we have to step up and take ownership of the choices to go to the next level, to get the help that we need, to seek out the advice, to seek out the wisdom, to seek out mentors. If you're waiting for a mentor to show up at your front door to say, I'm going to help you get to the next level, you're going to be waiting your entire life. Nobody is going to show up to bow down to your wishes to help raise you up. Stop waiting for that. Or maybe you might say, oh, of course I'm not waiting for that. And yet you're sitting there complaining about your current situation, complaining and worrying about what's not going right in your life, talking about how, well, once this happens, then I will be able to get there. So what you're saying is that you are entitled to that outcome once that happens. And until then, you are not. And you're choosing to stay stuck, doing nothing, changing nothing, because you believe that there's nothing that needs to change in your life. My friends, we all have areas that we can improve upon. We all have areas of personal development. There's books that I recommend all the time. There's podcasts that I recommend all the time. Stop comparing your present situation to somebody else's and expecting and waiting for some day to arrive that everything is going to line up for you for those things to happen. Other people's opinions don't have the power over your life, and you don't have the power over other people. Step up. Take the steps forward towards your goals. Do something scared, even when you're scared to do it. Stop waiting for things to happen around you to make it okay to validate that you finally have permission to go after your dreams. As an adult, you have permission. Maybe growing up, we didn't have that permission because, depending on how you grew up, your parents or religious upbringing or whatever, you had to get permission and other people had to validate you to say that you were good enough to do what you were created for. It's time to start even reparenting yourself. It's time to start being the parent that you wish you had, being the parent that you should have had. Listen, nobody is going to show up someday and do what you want them to do to finally let you be who God created you to be. And so that's where inner work comes in. That's where prayer, that's where spending time and saying, you know what? What in me needs to change? Where is this hurting area? Why am I so hurt right here? And digging deep with that, maybe with a coach, with a counselor, with a therapist, or with God yourself, with yourself sitting there saying, you know what? Man, how I grew up wasn't the best, but it doesn't define me. What I experienced, I didn't deserve, but that doesn't define me. I'm going to help coach myself and raise myself up to the level that I know is possible. You have to care so much more about your life and be accountable to yourself instead of waiting for other people to hold you accountable, instead of waiting for other people to be the one to raise you up. Listen, you can seek out people that are going to help raise you up and put yourself around people that will do that. Yes, that's awesome. And also we need to let go of the need of avoiding that. If we've had so much pain expecting people to hurt us that are helping us, it's okay to trust people. It's okay. And if you've had experiences like me where you've trusted the wrong people and it's hurt you in the past, sometimes we can be afraid to trust. That's where we need to ask God, show me and give me discernment, who to trust, who has my best interest, who really does care about me getting to the next level, and who's going to help point me in that direction. And God, point me in the direction of those people. We are made for community. We are made for love and connection with other people. When we excuse why we are not getting what we were created for because we're waiting for it to show up someday because of our entitlement, we will always end up lonely because we will find reasons and excuses to justify why we are in a lonely pit. We will find reasons and excuses to justify, well, nobody likes us. Well, nobody's taking care of us. Well, nobody's giving me the praise. Well, nobody's recognized me. And it's a vicious cycle that we get in, this vicious loop of where we're waiting for one day things to finally line up for us to step up and be who God created us to be. That day is now, my friends. I give you permission to step up, to step out, to go after your dreams. You don't need to wait for anybody else to validate you, to permit you, to open the door for you, to care for you, to carry you. And if there's people in your life that want to do that, don't expect them as well to always hurt you. At the same time, pay attention to certain red flags that maybe you've avoided. Start to make a list of what are some red flags that I always seem to fall into with people that I trust that have hurt me. Start to pay attention to those red flags. And then notice, okay, who are some of the people that do want to help me, that do have my best interest in mind? How can I open up to them and accept that help from them? And how can I raise myself up and stop waiting for someday, some moment to arrive to where I'm finally entitled to get what I deserve, and start to take the steps to put one foot in front of the other to move forward towards your goals? Listen, if you failed in life, if you've messed up, if you've fallen flat on your face, if you've gotten hurt before, or maybe you're in a situation that is it just kind of sucks. You just kind of want to get out. You have permission and power to get out of that situation. You don't need everything to be lined up for you perfectly. You need to step into the uncertainty and to have faith. And I get it. It's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. We need to stop avoiding pain and the pain of stepping out and have tenacity and grit. I was listening to a book called Rising Strong by Brene Brown, and she talks about those two words. Tenacity and grit. The fact of the matter is that, yeah, it's painful to fall flat on your face and pick yourself back up. But that's how you get to the next level. That's how you break free. That's how you break through to that next level. You don't let the pain define you. You don't let what happened to you define you. You don't let those feelings dictate your life. You don't let those feelings create the story of the identity of your future. You choose today, I'm going to go after my future. I'm going to go after the destiny, the plan, the calling that God has on my life. And I'm not going to let what happened in the past define my next chapter. I'm not going to let the last chapter define my future. I'm not going to wait until somebody raises me up and pulls me up. I'm going to pull myself up. Allow people to gather around me, allow people into my life, start trusting and start expecting and declaring the future and the best to happen and hoping for it and knowing that the best will happen. My friends, when you declare things, you speak it into existence, but that's only part of it. Once you make a declaration, you have the responsibility to walk it out. It's nobody's responsibility but you to hold yourself accountable to taking the actions to go after your dreams. You're not entitled to other people pulling you up. You're not entitled to other people raising you up and making your declarations come to pass. Stop waiting for somebody else to bring you to the place that you know that you were made to be. Stop waiting for other people to change for you to go after your destiny. Stop waiting for other people's opinions to finally line up about you so that you can do the things that you know that you were called to do. Stop fearing what other people might think about you, how they might misinterpret what you're saying, and start going after your destiny with all that you got. Put one foot in front of the other. Take the leap of faith. Take the leap of faith, and yeah, you might lose some friends. You might lose some connections, but those things were never meant for you in the first place. You need to let go of holding on so tight to the things in your life that are keeping you where you are right now, and start opening up to receive the blessings that are waiting for you. You can't carry the blessings that are in your future by holding and gripping so tight to what the past had for you. Start walking out your destiny. Start stepping into it. What does walking out our destiny means? It means letting go of the past, declaring the future, and taking personal responsibility and ownership of putting one foot in front of the other, and stop waiting for other people to hold you, to carry you along the way. If they want to, if people are around you, great. I'm not saying deny that. I'm not saying deny help from other people. I'm not saying push other people away that want to help you at all. In fact, part of that is seeking out mentors, seeking out help, seeking out employees, interns, people to gather around you and build your community. Stop waiting for your community to just happen by default and start designing the life that you know that you were destined to live today. Stop waiting for the recognition to come in for you to create the life that God has planned for you. God has already declared you worthy of your future. Nothing needs to change in you for you to be worthy of that destiny, except for letting go of what you've been holding on to. When we hold on to the past, we are holding so tight to that it's just, we're holding ourselves back because we're so afraid to let go of this little tiny thing for the greatness that's right in front of us. Stop holding on so tight to the past and start opening your arms to the future that God has for you. Start declaring and walking into the realm of your destiny today. Once you start doing that, now you have a personal responsibility to stay consistent, to stay focused, to keep your vision at that level, to keep yourself in the state of walking it out. Every single day when you go back to sleep and you rise back up, you will actually forget part of it. It's natural. That's why you have to be intentional every single day to keep your mind in the right place, to keep your vision focused on the goal, to keep your vision focused on the future, and to be in the present moment, to take the actions needed to bring you to center, to keep you in alignment with that destiny. Your life will literally work hard to pull you back to the past. If you let it, you will. You're just going to keep going back there because it's a comfort zone, because it's what you're used to. For you to get something else, you got to do something else. There's not a day where it's just going to all magically happen. That's a fantasy, my friends. Step up, raise yourself up, and put one foot in front of the other, stepping into the destiny that God has for you. Listen, if you want to win a free 30-minute coaching session with me, leave hashtag Grow Your Life on my Instagram. I pick one winner every single week on Sunday that leaves hashtag Grow Your Life on there. And if you want to just talk for maybe 15 minutes, go over to my website, jeremiahkrakowski.com, click on coaching, and you can register for a 15-minute free strategy session with me. You can win a 30-minute session on my Instagram, or we can talk for 15 minutes by you going over to my website and filling out the form and scheduling a time for that. I believe in you. I know you can go after your dreams. Let's do it together. Grow your life, everybody, and we'll talk soon.